That way I get to retain length.
All I see is you.
Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss Shaz. On today's clip I have a special guest with me. Those of you who know her, this is Joanne from GAHL. GAHL also means Grow African Hair Long. Exactly. So she is very famous in the natural hair community. So yeah. Anyway, so today we are just going to touch on how to maintain your natural hair, you know, and because these are questions we get asked quite often. And yeah, before I go on, this is definitely not my hair, you all know, but this is her hair, so how cool is that?
But
yeah,
they look alike.
They look alike. So I just thought I should protect my hair because it's winter, of course. And Joanne is not so much into wigs yet, but I'm getting her convinced, you know. Yeah, so anyway, I think we will start because we don't want to make this video too long, you know. We have like tips, which Joanne is mainly the one who's going to talk about them. And yeah, I'm going to chip in. So yeah.
So the first tip which I would love to give you guys, which is very, very important, is moisture. Like, moisture is the most important tip that anyone will ever give you if you have natural hair. For one, moisture is what keeps your hair soft and manageable, and it will also help you retain length. And how do you moisturize your hair? How do you normally moisturize yours?
For me, I actually use water. You know, like I have water in a spray bottle, and then I just spray it on my hair. And after that, I add my moisturizer, and I seal with the essential oil. So I love my coconut oil or olive oil. Yeah.
Nice.
How about you?
I moisturize. My process is almost the same as yours, but what I do different is I also make sure that my water, like I don't only use water, I make sure that it has a humectant like glycerin, and this really helps to retain moisture in your hair because it draws moisture from the environment into your hair, and that really leaves your hair soft.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so that's really good. Another ingredient which is really good for moisture is aloe vera. So you can definitely add aloe vera to your water also, and that makes it even more moisturizing.
Okay, so with aloe vera, do you use like the real thing?
If you have it, you can definitely use it. But if you don't, you can get store-bought aloe vera gel or aloe vera juice.
Okay.
And that works quite the same. And I think the aloe vera plant is very bitter.
Oh, okay.
It's very bitter, so I think it's not so.
But how do they drink aloe vera juice?
I have no idea, but it really doesn't taste the same.
Really? Okay, I've never tasted aloe vera juice. So
I have, and at first I thought, oh, this will be so bitter because my grandmother, she makes medicine for everything out of aloe vera, so
cool.
I knew it from way back, and it's really bitter, but it's great for moisturizing, and its pH is almost the same as the hair's pH, which makes it really good for moisturizing also.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that out.
Yeah, you should.
So tip number 2, I'm going to explain. So normally you always need to cover your hair when you're going to sleep. Never, ever, ever sleep with your hair just like that, unless you have a satin pillow, which won't like rub on your hair too much the way cotton will rub your hair. So yeah, I sleep in a satin bonnet. I think I've shown my satin bonnet a couple of times in my videos, And yeah, what do you use? Do you also use a...
I use a satin bonnet and I have a satin scarf. Like it's either one or the other, or sometimes I use both, but it's really important to cover your hair. And the thing you should never use are stockings. I know so many women in Kenya, we've grown up using stockings for our hair, but it's damaging and it does absolutely nothing to protect your hair. So it's even better to use nothing than to use stockings. The thing with the scarf, the satin or silk scarf, it will help to keep the moisture in.
Exactly.
The stocking is like a sieve. Everything goes out and everything can come in.
So you kind of lose all the moisture.
Yeah, you lose all of it, and you lose your hairline in the process also.
Okay, so girls, ladies, no more stockings, okay?
The next tip is avoiding using too much heat. Yeah, I'm not saying heat is necessarily bad. You can use heat on your hair. And for some people, when used moderately, it is actually very beneficial for your strands. Like I use heat on medium or on cool about every 2 to 3 months, and my hair is still healthy. So heat is not bad. I'm not saying that. But if you use it excessively, you can get a lot of damage. You can face lots of dryness, which is not beneficial for your hair, and you'll probably not gain any length, and your hair will always be dry. So to avoid that, just use medium heat, or if you can avoid it completely, then that's also good for you.
Yeah. So I already shared another video where I shared with you how to like straighten your hair without using heat. In case you haven't checked that, I'm definitely going to leave it in the info box. So yeah, get to check that out. It's called African threading. So yeah. Have you tried that, by the way?
I haven't, but I really should, because I think it would be awesome for me. And I watched your video. It's really good. You guys, you should check it out.
It's really good. Really, the African threading, the best ever method to straighten your hair without heat, and it really works like magic. Yeah. So another point is you always have to trim your hair. So I normally get asked why my hair is not growing, and people kind of don't understand that I just get to trim my hair because I want my hair to look healthier. You know, for me, healthy hair is better than hair that's not trimmed, and then you just see how weak the ends are. So trimming is definitely a must when you want to maintain your natural hair. So for me, I normally trim, let's say, every 2 to 3 months. How often do you trim your hair?
I also trim my hair every 2 to 3 months. And the reason why I do this is because I also want my hair to stay full.
Yeah.
And it's also quite important to know when you're supposed to trim your hair. How do you determine when it's time for a trim?
For me, normally, like for example, if I'm braiding my hair, like let's say I'm doing the three strand twists or 2 strand, and then I notice that the end, you know, looks like it's only 1 strand remaining, then I know, okay, this doesn't look so good. So that's when I trim my hair.
Yeah, I also really depend on my twists, because you will notice that if you have a twist and the ends are becoming too thin, or you can see through them, then you know it's time for a trim. The other way you can know when it's time for a trim is when you comb your hair and the comb always gets stuck at the ends of the hair.
Okay.
Then you definitely know it's time for a trim. Because sometimes you find that even when your hair is blow dried and it's straight, the comb still gets stuck at the end. Then you definitely know it's time for a trim.
So trim your hair, girls. And trimming doesn't mean that it's not going to grow, you know. For me, like, I normally repeat this again and again. Better have healthy looking hair, you know, because I mean, what's the need of having really long hair and it looks so weak? You know, you want to look healthy, so let your hair also look healthy. Okay.
And also, trimmed hair is much healthier, and that way you get to retain more length, because you don't have any snagging happening at the ends of your hair. So it's much healthier and you will definitely retain length.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next point is protective styling. This is really one of the best ways to retain length. If you don't want to retain length, then you don't need to protective style. But if you want length, this is an absolute must. And how you do it, one good example is how she's doing it right now. She is a wig lover.
I love wigs.
Yeah, and what I really admire about her, she wears wigs, but her hairline is intact. Maybe she can tell us a little bit how she manages to have a healthy hairline and wigs.
Yeah, for me, for the hairline, you know, I normally make sure that I don't use glue, like not necessarily. The first time I used hair glue to like get my front lace laid was when I wanted to travel on holiday. That was in summer. No, that was in autumn. I was planning to travel on holiday, and where I was traveling was going to be so hot, so I wanted to have like braids, but my hairdresser didn't really get them right. So last minute, that was the only option I had. I knew it was going to be so hot. I knew if I used got to be, definitely my wig is going to slide off my head. So I just said, okay, you know what, I don't have any other options. So that was like the first time I ever used glue. And the good thing was that I purchased a certain wig glue remover, so it didn't really damage my hair. So when I was so careful while removing it, which ended up leaving my hairline still intact. Yeah.
Great. How about when you wear the wigs, do you have to put in a cap or something?
Yeah, normally I don't like the wig rubbing on my hair, you know, because of course if I'm sleeping, I sleep with my wigs on, by the way. So normally I don't really like sleeping without a wig cap. I used to do that, but then I learned that it was really damaging the hair. So that's why normally I moisturize my hair, everything is really nice, and then I wear a wig cap, and then yeah, I sleep without having any worries that the wig is going to pull out my hair.
Oh, great. These are awesome tips. I might just start wearing wigs also.
She should, though. I mean, look at her hair. Her hair looks like my wig. No, really, she has the best hair. So I don't know, maybe you can try protective styling by braiding. Because I don't really think you need wigs. You have a wig already, like
I have one.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You talked about braiding.
Yeah.
And let me share why I don't braid my hair. Braids are a great protective hairstyle if they work for you.
Yeah.
Some people, like myself, have a really sensitive hairline, and doing any sort of braids just damages it. Like the last time I had braids in was in 2015 in January, and I did it only once, and I lost so much hair that I swore I would only admire it on other people's heads. So I said I am not going to braid my hair anymore, so I depend on other hairstyles for that.
Okay, like which one?
Like I do buns. I do lots of buns. If you check on my channel, you will find a few buns that I have done and some protective styles that I've already shared.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to leave all the videos that she shared before about the buns. Styling. Yeah, really beautiful styling options. You need to definitely check her out. Okay, I'm going to leave all that in the info box.
There are also low manipulation hairstyles, which are hairstyles that help you to retain length, but they don't really protect your hair completely. For example, you have hairstyles like if you have maybe some hair left out in the front and you have a bun at the back, or you have two-strand twists. Those are low manipulation hairstyles, which actually enable length retention, but they don't protect your hair all the way unless they're put up. Yeah, so they're also an option, but the best way to go is protective hairstyles.
By the way, talking of two-strand twists, I love your two-strand twists.
Thank you.
And she does the best two-strand twists on her hair. And by the way, normally you like keep them for how long?
For about 4 weeks.
Can you imagine? 4 weeks. And while you think like she's had enough of them, she undoes them, you know, like she untwists them, and then it's another hairstyle.
Yeah, it's a twist out. So you see the two-strand twist are the protective hairstyle, and then the low manipulation hairstyle out of this twist are the twist outs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's really beautiful. I'm going to also link this in the info box, okay? So be sure to check that out, okay? Okay, so the next point is, or rather the next tip is, avoid hair coloring. I know, as much as, you know, we watch all these beautiful pictures of ladies in natural hair and it's colored, it's all red, or it's blonde, or, you know, hair color actually damages your hair. And I'm speaking from experience because I colored my hair a lot. Like since I went natural, I had been coloring my hair. So then I noticed, you know what? I'm not gaining any length. But it wasn't that I'm not gaining any length. It was that the hair was shedding off too much, you know. So yeah, you actually have other options of getting colored hair, which I already shared. Also, it's of spraying. You know, the hair spray, the hair color spray.
The temporary hair
it's
colors.
Beautiful because yeah, you can just, let's say for example, you want blue hair, and you know very well you can't go with blue hair to work.
Yeah.
But you want it for an event, you know, like let's say during the weekend. You just spray the hairspray, go to your event, and on Monday you are back to work with your black hair. It doesn't damage your hair at all. It just looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever colored your hair?
No, I haven't. But simply because before I do anything drastic with my hair, like if I know it's something that's going to be permanent, I always do my research and I ask people who have had color. Yeah. And so far, everyone who has color, who has had color before, tells me, no, don't do it. Yeah. If you want to spoil your hair, do it. But if you value your hair,
yeah. I actually ended up big chopping my hair beginning of this year. Okay, we don't know when this clip is going to be on, so so I actually ended up trimming off all of my colored hair that was remaining because I noticed it's all damaged, you know, and it was so I just said, let me just trim it off completely and then watch and see if my hair is actually going to ever gain more length. And honestly, my hair looks much better since I trimmed off all the colored hair and since I stopped coloring my hair. So I'm actually glad that we have other options out there.
Yeah, and you should know the permanent hair colors are chemicals.
Exactly.
So they do something to your hair because they have to penetrate it in order to alter it from the inside out. So you're putting chemicals in your hair, and your hair will need more care afterwards.
Exactly. Especially what I learned from sorry, I interrupted. Especially what I learned while my hair was colored, it was so dry. Yeah. It was the driest hair ever. It was like sisal, you know, or steel wire. But it was so dry. So, but what also helped me so much at that time was that I had to moisturize it endlessly. It was always moisturized. Yeah. So yeah, if you're still coloring your hair, just know that moisture is going to maybe try and save it. But yeah.
Yeah, that's tricky. So lastly, we would like to talk about having a hair care routine, why it's important. You know, most people don't think they have a hair routine. Yeah. If you ask them, do you have a hair care routine? They're like, no, never heard of it. I don't know it. But actually, all of us have some sort of hair care routine. Some of us wash our hair once a month, braid it, blow dry it once a month. That's your hair care routine. But there is a difference between a good hair care routine and a bad one.
Exactly.
So I think, in my opinion, a good hair care routine should make sure that your hair is moisturized, protected, your hair is covered at night, like all the things we've talked about already.
Exactly.
If you put all these things together, you will get a good hair care routine, which actually enables you to retain length.
Exactly.
And we'll be talking about length retention in the next video.
Yeah.
So you guys, you better stay tuned. But before I go on, let me ask you, how do you have a hair care routine?
Yeah, I do have a hair care routine, which is if I'm wearing my hair open. I actually have two kinds of hair care routine. When my hair is in a protective style and when my hair is just open. So when I'm wearing my hair like openly, I make sure that I wash it once a week. So normally, like, I do all this process whereby it depends. Sometimes I co-wash my hair. Sometimes I use the shampoo. The time I use my shampoo is when I know that I've been applying gel on my hair the whole week. Definitely, the conditioner won't get off all the
that's
gel.
true.
So that's when you'll find me shampooing my hair. But if I know that my hair was actually I didn't manipulate it too much with gel, then I know that, okay, once a week I'll just use my conditioner. Yeah, and then I just apply my moisturizer, the usual way. And yeah, that's my hair care routine.
Awesome.
And at night, at night, I just make sure that I have my satin bonnet on, and yeah, I go to bed.
Yeah, my hair care routine is actually very similar to yours. The only difference, my hair is always open, more or less. Even if I'm in twist, I will still wash my hair once a week and condition it. I will also make sure that my hair is moisturized, and then I usually do a hairstyle that will last me at least a week. So during that week, I don't do much. This is the low manipulation I was talking about. And that way I get to retain length. Yeah.
Okay. So like I said, that I also have this other routine where I don't have my hair open. So that's normally when I'm wearing my wigs. I braid my hair. After braiding my hair, I know that I'm not going to be able to wash it for a couple of weeks. Actually 4 weeks. Sounds like so much. But in that case, I just apply my dry shampoo, which I also do once a week when I'm changing my wigs. I apply the dry shampoo followed by a moisturizer and then followed by oil. So in this case, I like my current favorite oil is jojoba oil. I love it. It smells so nice, and it always just have this nice feeling, like you're putting some really healthy stuff in your hair. Yeah. So if I notice that I've put too much product, in this phase of protecting my hair, I just decide, okay, today I'm not going to apply the dry shampoo, but rather just go under the shower and wash my hair. That way I just get rid of all the products again, and then I know that I'm going to either undo my hair or I'm still going to keep it, but I know it's freshly washed. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I think that's it for today. It was really amazing sharing these tips with Joanne, who is, honestly, I love her hair. I almost cut it and put it on mine because it was too beautiful.
Aww.
No, but you don't cut your friend's hair. Yeah, so we are really looking forward to seeing you guys in our next video, which is going to be about...
It's mainly going to be about length retention. So you guys, if you want your hair to reach its maximum potential,
like this,
make sure you watch the next video. And also on this video, if you have any tips that you have and you think we didn't mention it, please
be sure
share it so that we can also help each other.
Yeah, we also want to learn from you, you know.
Yeah,
because
and sharing is caring.
Exactly. Be sure to share this video and be sure to click on the subscribe button in case you are not subscribed, because we would love to see you again. And don't forget to hit the bell. And of course, don't forget to check out Joanne's channel. It's called GAHL, GAHL. You know, I'm also going to link it below, okay? Be sure to check her channel. Be sure to subscribe to her channel. She has the best, perfect natural hair tips in her channel. So be sure to check that out, okay? It was awesome having you guys, and especially you. Thank you so much.
It was great to be here.
Yeah, and yeah, catch you all in our next video. Okay? Bye.